After seeing the news story on CNN, I've spent the next few days with my video camera interviewing key townspeople concerning the recent election of 18-year-old Mayor Jeffrey Dunkel in Mount Carbon, Pennsylvania. I wanted to find out more about what the town's residents thought about his unprecedented win, being one of the youngest mayors ever elected to office in the United States of America in the 21st century.
Yeah, come on. Now you're on the borough council?
Yeah.
Do you have to report to him?
I've been doing that for the last 10 years. You've been the boss.
I'm president of the Borough Council.
President of the Borough Council. And your name again?
Harry Hockney.
So just down the street, down the main street.
Right.
He, of course, sent you.
How long have you lived in this area?
Oh, I've been here all my life, born and raised.
Wow. And what is your job?
I'm the manager here at Pottsville Pizzeria, which is right here in Mount Carbon. I can't wait to see what he does. I hope he, does what he plans on doing. And I don't know.
Where do you
just gotta
live?
wait and see. I live in Pottsville, which is this same area, but Mount Carbon is a separate area. At least the people of Mount Carbon want to stay separate from Pottsville.
Do you know Jeffrey? No.
She knows him.
I know Jeffrey.
He was in Cruise Night Parade.
I don't know what that is.
Cruise Night is when everybody gets their antique cars out and they cruise around the city, and people come out and watch them. Well, he had a little float, I think.
I think he did have a Dunkel
Yeah.
for Mayor float.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about
Well,
the
you
new
didn't
mayor?
cooking about Dunkel as mayor. He would be, I don't know, as good as any mayor because, well, I just said that he has veto power on the council, and that's basically it. His mother's also on the council. So out of 54 registered voters, maybe 52, they elected this guy. So, and nobody, the other fellow that was mayor, I think was always putting up with abuse from people, and there were fist fights, and it's like the one polling place where fist fights would break out. And her mother is the judge of elections. So you might want to talk to her too about it. Or you might want to go to Mount Carbon and have dinner with them.
And why here? Why not in Pottsville?
Well, I started working here 16 years ago, and I never left.
Okay. So
Just kind of stayed.
you've known Jeff for 16 years?
Yes, known
Wow.
Jeff since he's a little kid. Coming in here, riding his bike, and bothering me.
Does he like pizza?
Loves it. Every day he eats it.
Do you think he's gonna get a big head like everyone else has?
No, I think he's keeping it pretty cool. There's a lot going on right now, publicity and shows and stuff that is going on. But I think he'll calm down after a little bit of time.
Do you know what the issues are?
Yeah, he wants police protection and some things for the kids around this neighborhood, and I think he'll do it. He's been talking about it for years, even before he decided to run, and I think he'll do it.
How often does he come in here for pizza?
Almost every day.
How many slices does he eat?
2.
Does he?
That's usually the average for every person.
And being the mayor, is he gonna still have to pay the full fee for
Oh yeah. Yes, he'll still have to pay.
No freebies.
No freebies. We don't usually give freebies out.
It's one street, so you kind of can't help but be involved. You know what I mean? Like everybody, if there's an argument, everybody knows it's out in the street,
Yeah, but nobody liked John
But
Furphy, though, right?
Nobody liked John Furphy. Well, John, I can't say that.
Who's
on camera.
that?
He was the incumbent mayor, and he was.
How old was he?
He was very old. I mean, I'm sure this is quite a blood of John Ziga to get beat by an 18-year-old.
What was his name?
All the
Furphy.
bitching.
John Furphy.
My name is Jeff Dunkel. Started this as a school project in December for American government class to analyze your local government. And then you had to do a follow-up and do a report on the 2 meetings. I did the report and followed it up and seen nothing was getting done in the local government. And I had attended the next council meeting and told them that. And they had felt as though I was a cocky teenager and said that if you can do better, then I should run. So that's when I registered to vote and put my name on the ballot at the same time. And I ran against 2 people in May, in the primary, the incumbent and another lady, and I got 53% of the vote. And then I ran unopposed, other than a write-in candidate in November, and won.
And then at the time of the primary, he talked me into running for a council seat.
What's your name?
Kathy Dunkel, Jeffrey's mother.
Why exactly did you run? I mean, bottom line.
Well, basically the challenge that they gave me, and out of anger. So I think I can do better than them. And
When he sets his mind to something, he's gonna do it.
So him being in office now is actually part of your influence as well, I'm sure, because, right?
Yeah, When he came home and said he wanted to do this, I didn't try to discourage him in any way. I figured if this is what he wants to do, then, all we can do is back him and help him try and win and take it from there.
Why him? Just because of the class assignment? Why not some other kid on the block?
Well, that's just it. How many 18-year-olds want to really get involved in politics nowadays? Now, maybe if they would have attended the meetings and or lived here as long as he did and, got involved with other things, even with the fire company, you hear things, you hear neighbors talking, saying, geez, I'm here X amount of years, nothing's been getting done. We need somebody to step up to the plate and, try and do something for the borough. So, I guess all that going into his head all the years, and then the little bit of a challenge they gave him at the meeting was enough to spark the fire, I guess. And then he has all the sponsors on the back of the shirt.
What are you studying?
business administration,
And how much longer do you have?
17 months.
And then what are you going to do?
Either go back for political science or I'm just going to stay in politics. So I'll either get a job in accounting or go back for political science.
The men in your family, what have they done traditionally as far as careers?
Well, my grandfather was he worked for the Postal Service. He was a police officer in the borough then, about 10-15 years ago. My father, he's in the Postal Service, and he was on council like 10-15 years ago.
What does your father think about you winning?
Who knows? That's a bad subject, to tell you the truth.
So, do you care?
No.
Okay. We won't talk
We'll
about it.
just let that out.
Yeah, we'll let it out.
Thank you.
Okay. And you were born in this town, in this house?
Yes.
Wow. What is it about this town that bothers you the most that you really want to change?
Getting a police officer.
Why is that?
Well, just with the speeding up and down the street, as you can tell later, I'm sure. That'd be the major concern because there's a lot of kids in the borough. They're always playing out in the street and stuff, and they're going to get hit one of these times.
You don't have a police force covering the street
Just
now?
state police, but they take about an hour to get here. So, besides that, there's a big sewer issue right now. So,
What's the issue with the sewer?
this whole side of the street isn't hooked up to the sewer.
Oh.
It goes into the Schuylkill River. So,
How long has that been a problem?
forever.
Forever. So you think you can manage both of these things to influence the council to vote?
Well, the police officer, I think I could influence because I went around with a petition before I even got involved with politics, and about 75% of the people wanted a police officer at that time. So I'm sure that if I went around again, I could get it.
January is your first meeting?
Yes, January 7th,
How often do they meet?
once a month.
Okay. Now, was there was another mayor obviously before you
Yes.
when you won? What was his reaction?
Well, in May, he was a little upset, I think, because he was quoted in the newspaper saying he was going to go as a write-in in November and teach me a lesson.
See, the only reason why I ran is to get Mayor Furphy off, as long as it was anybody. And Jeff is the perfect choice for it.
She didn't know I was running. I didn't know she was running.
Right.
And we were both trying to do the same thing for a change. And
Yes, and if it came down to a choice, if me and him were both running, which I've already talked to Terry about that, I would have dropped out though anyway, even if I would have got it.
Did you know anything about politics before you ran?
No, but anybody knows more than Furphy.
Quite a day here.
yes, busy day.
Did you read the Allentown Call yesterday?
Yeah.
I hope you voted for me.
Yeah, I read it. Would you like to get interviewed?
Huh?
Would you like to get interviewed?
With who?
An independent filmmaker. No?
No.
Are you sure? Come on.
No.
Come on.
I'm not going to say the wrong thing.
Oh, hey, it's your opinion. Come on over.
Who's the big filmmaker?
Hi. How are you? You're the mayor.
Until the end of this year. I got shot down.
Not a big job.
I didn't even run.
Nowhere near high school.
Is that on or off?
Right now it's on. But it doesn't mean we're going to use it. It's just I'm shooting everything.
Probably not.
Shooting everything.
Besides smile.
Are you happy that he won?
Huh?
Are you happy that he won?
I'll give you the same answer I gave the other place. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Right.
You think he can do it?
Huh?
You think he can do it?
Time will tell.
Are you sad? Are you sad you won't be able to do it anymore?
Oh, I got a mouth. I can do yet.
So you
As a resident, I can do yet. Very much so.
So you're going to be back, you think?
Huh?
You're going to come back?
No. Don't give a damn.
Yeah. Good.
I got more on my answer machine.
I know. They all tell me they're calling you.
Yeah.
Hey,
One
just forward them to
one
me.
called me at 6:30 yesterday morning, and I hung up on her.
You hung up on
She
me.
called
That
me
was
back.
her.
Huh? And then she called back. I picked the phone up and set it down again.
I didn't call back, but that you hung up on me.
Somebody did, then they got the phone up and down again.
Well, you should relay my messages to me then.
Huh?
You should relay my messages to me.
I don't have an answered service. I'm going to refer them all to Harry.
Yeah, do that.
So, do you think?
Were you down talking to Harry?
No, we're heading down there now.
Oh.
You think we need? You think this town needs a cop?
You think they need a cop here?
Oh, there's times they certainly do. Yes, definitely.
You think he can make it happen?
No. Do you think you can make it happen?
Yeah.
I
Come
wanna
January,
see-
when it gets
I
brought
wanna-
up at the meeting, we'll see
I
what they
want to
say.
see that.
Are you in favor of a police officer?
I've been all along. I've
Alright.
spent 4 years.
Well, I'm gonna take a petition.
That's what I said.
Uh,
I said, wasted 4 years if I remember right.
And the sewer? The problem with the sewer?
Oh God.
Huh?
The sewer problem.
The sewer.
I'm working on that myself. I own my house, and the sewer is my problem. Now, in the beginning, they told us that we were hooked up down at the bottom of the street. Now they come around and tell us we're not.
It's gonna be a long battle.
How long? How many years?
God only knows. Be a few years.
It might be settled before the end of this year.
Well, that would be good.
We'll see. It didn't even go into court yet, so.
I can talk. Amen.
What is your profession? What did you used to do it before mayor?
Goof off. a hard worker.
What did you do?
I was over the road on trucks. I worked in plants. And when I retired, I worked for 10 years later as part-time delivering parts. And I'm still raring to go.
Are you from here?
Yeah, I lived here 87 years, or 78 years.
In the same house?
And I was born in that house. So,
That's amazing.
I'm not bragging either.
Oh, yeah. No,
That's amazing.
Huh?
Wants to make a film, and he's looking for a
Knock
place
that
to
thing
go.
off.
Why did you run for mayor when you did?
No, that's
Because I didn't like the way things were going. I thought I could do something about it.
And did you?
No, I didn't get the cooperation.
Nobody wanted to help you? Forget it, right?
Forget it.
Well, I don't understand why nobody wanted to help.
Well, that's the way the area is. It's too small for its own,
Too small.
to have its own council.
You don't think it's going to grow?
Huh?
You don't think the town will grow?
Grow.
The town?
It's shrunk.
There's nowhere to go, right?
Nowhere to go.
This is it.
My house is for sale. If anybody's interested in buying it,
Okay.
at the right price.
And who's selling it?
I am.
From
I didn't get a sign on yet, but
And where are you going to go when you sell it?
Allentown.
Allentown?
It's probably 70.
Called him. He hung up on me.
Did he hang up on you?
He wanted to talk.
I'm not
He's
surprised.
sore.
He
He's
didn't.
sore.
Sour grapes right there, buddy. We can make some good wine out of that.
But he lost in the primary, so he wasn't even on the ballot. He was a write-in guy.
Yes.
Which hurt him, I think.
There's a long-standing feud there. There's a very long-standing feud between the families. Sort of.
So
Kind
what do you think basically got Jeff elected? Basically, bottom line.
Something new.
Something new. Yeah, absolutely. I think Jeff got elected because why not? Because seriously, there's a handful of people who run for mayor. Furphy has had it. His wife has had it. There's a woman in town that her family has all had it, and yeah, why not?
That's quite a history.
Quite a history of aggravation.
It's hard, huh? Hard work.
Huh?
It's hard work.
Not really. It's a lot of aggravation, but not from hard work, from trying to get something through somebody's head.
Yeah. Are you gonna be there in January when he starts the meetings?
Possibly. I
Okay.
have a check coming yet in January.
So we'll probably see you then.
Probably.
Okay.
I wear a tuxedo.
Sure.
Am I off yet or not?
No.
We'll cut it off then.
Okay.
Enough's enough.
I'll tell you what's going on. We have a borough of 90-some people, and nobody wanted to be mayor, and he's going to be the mayor. He's mayor-elect, and this has turned into a sideshow. You know,
Why? What happened? Why wasn't anybody interested in being a mayor?
Because there's only 90 people. It's no big thing. You know, we're a little borough down here, and the council runs the borough. The only job the mayor has is police control. Okay, and it's all it is there's controversy and there's bickering between families in the borough of Mount Carbon. That's what this is all about. And they're making such a big story about this. It's starting to get on my nerves and the rest of the council's nerves. Because Channel 16 was at the council meeting last night.
What is Channel 16?
Channel up in Scranton.
What kind of changes do you think he can implement?
You know what I think he's really going to do? I think he's going to hook us up with. I think he's going to hook Mount Carbon up with Pottsville,
Okay, there, all the services.
which is a huge change.
What
All
does
the
that
services.
mean for you guys?
Well, it doesn't mean anything for me because I'm a resident of the city already. However, my parents are not, and it means
Snowplow.
1, higher taxes.
Higher taxes.
It means 2, police protection because at this point, Mount Carbon does not have its own police force.
Do you live there?
No, I do not. My parents do that. So Mount Carbon does not have its own police force. They fall under the state police. So now I suppose they will have Pottsville Police Force coming through. Snow plows. There will be city maintenance on as far as streets now. versus
How about the sewer?
sewer.
No, they're already
that's
gone.
county.
His heart is in the borough, but sometimes he got a little bit loud, you know, and I think it annoyed some of the people in the borough, you know, and he was.
What do you mean loud?
Well,
Like
you know,
yelling?
yeah, like yelling and yelling at people for parking illegally. You know, parking is a disgrace, and sometimes he use a little bit of inflammatory words, if I can say it, right? And so everybody wanted him out. They didn't give it. They didn't care if we got Mickey Mouse as our mayor. They wanted him out. Now, I have nothing really personal against Jeff, but I know he did a few things towards me that I didn't appreciate. He tried to make me ridicule me for his own behalf.
Well, that's not nice.
No, it isn't.
Why did he
And
do
I
that?
never did anything like that to him.
Why would he have
I
the
don't-
need to do that?
I don't know.
Is he an angry person?
Especially when nobody else was running against him. Why did he even have to try to tear anybody else down?
Does
It's
he-
all over this. It's all over police thing. You know, the borough. He thinks that we deliberately don't have police down. We had state police because there's only 90-some people.
Okay.
And we can't afford these contracts that are out there available because the borough just doesn't have enough money. So we did contact some of the councils of different areas and checked into it, but it wasn't feasible for our budget at the time. And I'm in there as official that I think I'm supposed to make a decision what I think is not best for me, what's best for the whole borough. And we have a big sewer thing coming up. We're going to need every penny we have to pay for the sewer thing. Plus, we're going to have to borrow money. Plus, get grants. I don't think it's feasible for us to be putting out money worrying about police when we have state police already patrolling for now.
Are you sure that it's all about the police, though?
Yeah, positive.
How did you get such a young kid into your council? How?
Nobody else wanted it.
So this is his first time being in a council in a
Yeah.
political situation anywhere.
Yeah.
He's never been in a
No,
political.
he took a course. He took some kind of course in high school, and it was involved in some kind of political course or something right before graduation, and he got the incentive to start getting into politics. He used to come to all the meetings all the time, you know. Matter of fact, he was a borough worker.
Where you went in today, that was where Mansion House was. It was
Okay.
an enormous hotel that was there. Enormous. And that was back in the days when if you cruised along the road there or if you cruised along the canal, you could get hijacked by pirates and ripped off.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this area has always been kind of a wild place.
How was Jeffrey when he was a kid? Do you remember him?
He was a brat. No, he was okay. He's a couple years younger than me. I was probably maybe 8 to 10 when Jeff was born. So I was older when Jeffrey was coming out, and his sister is a few years younger than me. She's closer in age. And they were both really good kids. They were both nice kids. They were a nice family.
Yeah. And
They're obviously, I guess, have enough political activism to want to be
Yeah.
that. To want to try to run for a mayor of a town. Even
Yeah.
though it is a small town, it's just the whole general principle of, you want to be
Yeah.
a mayor.
Yeah.
well, I think he's one of the youngest mayors ever elected in the
I think
history
so,
of the
too.
United
I think
States.
it
I
is,
agree.
yeah. I think
I
he
think
is.
so too.
Maybe the smallest town in the history of the United
Sure.
States. So you basically did get along with his family until this
Yeah.
whole politics
Yeah,
thing.
and I really didn't have nothing personal against Jeff.
Yeah. How long have you been on the council?
About 7 years.
So you live here, right? Somewhere around here?
I got on because I used to go to the meetings because the neighbor that used to live next door, but not this neighbor, was causing me trouble. So I started going to the council meetings. I found out he was going up to make a complaint. And then I got interested in it, and I figured, hey, I'm going to live down here. And I like this borough. It's a nice, little, quiet little place. Everybody wanted to annex with Pottsville, and I don't want to do that. I wanted to keep this Mount Carbon. Matter of fact, my bar, I bought this. I still have the name of the previous owner. I put about $100,000 into this bar, and I still get the previous owner's name on the sign because it's history.
Wow.
I'm trying to preserve the history of Mount Carbon.
Now you think Jeffrey's not going to do that?
I don't know if he's going to do that. I'm not sure where his direction is. We're going to have
Yeah.
to wait and see.
He didn't say, or?
I try to work with him, but...
What did he
after-
run on when he ran as mayor? What did he say he was going to do?
He said he was going to solve the sewer problem, which I already... If you're going to solve the sewer problem, how are you going to do that if you're going to take all the money out to pay for a cop?
Right. There's no money.
Yeah.
So you'd have to raise taxes here.
Probably.
So he would, as mayor, he could, right? He could?
I think that would have to be... See, everything has to go through the council.
Uh-huh. So he'd have to get approval from everyone.
Yeah.
Does he have strong powers of persuasion?
I I'm not sure if he does, but the council runs the borough.
If he raises taxes, the property values will go up and the town will start looking better. Do you care about that?
I think it looks all right the way it is.
All right. So that's probably the disagreement is he sees it differently. You see it differently.
Yeah, he lives at home. He's not the one that has to pay $900 some a year taxes. I do.
Strolling your turf here? Yes. All righty. Good luck. All right, thanks a lot. See ya.
He's the one that, no, his class was the one that I did the report for. It's my American government teacher.
Wow. That was him?
Yes.
How cool. Must be so proud of you.
Oh yeah, I go up to the school all the time and he always says something.
Is it true that you are the youngest mayor in the history of the United States elections?
I believe I'm the second youngest.
Who was the youngest?
Kid from New York, I'm not sure of his name. That's all I found out.
How long ago was that?
I think 2 or 3 years ago. I'm the youngest in Pennsylvania as far as I could find.
And what else was I going to ask you? Oh yeah, you said you were in the newspapers?
A lot of the newspapers around here. Harrisburg, Allentown, Philadelphia paper just left. Local, the Pottsville Republican I was in. So.
And you're going on TV soon?
Yeah, the 27th of November.
Where?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Cool. Are you happy?
Oh yeah.
What are you going to tell her?
I have no idea. I'm doing the introduction and then she's going to come down, or she's going to call me down and talk to her. I don't know about what. But. Well, they have the road closed off up top. There's a fire, brush fire. That's where I was all day.
At the brush fire?
Yeah, I was up there helping them fight it.
Wow.
But then I had 3 people coming to the house at 2 o'clock, so they told me I could go down.
Oh, okay.
Want to talk to the camera?
I want to talk to the camera.
Yeah. Are you the only one here?
Yeah, they're all coming down. They're wrapping up. They're coming down here.
Yeah. Well, somebody got to talk to the camera, so good.
Do you want a cup for this?
Oh, sure.
You want ice?
Yeah.
He's the current first lieutenant of fire police. Fire.
What?
You've known this guy for a long time?
Oh yeah, I know since he was junior member, little one.
What do you think of him winning?
I think it's great.
Yeah?
We were hoping for him to win. We'd like to have a big truck parade for him if we ever get it together.
How many trucks can you pull together?
We don't know exactly. We're hoping to get quite a few.
So just down the street, down the main street?
Right.
So what do you want to tell me about Jeffrey and him winning?
I think it's great because he's the youngest one around, probably the youngest in Pennsylvania and maybe the second youngest, I don't know for sure, in the whole United States.
So that's great.
Yes, it is great. Real great.
What changes do you think he's going to implement?
Well, I think for one thing, he's going to try and get us a police department in town again. And I think he'll do a lot more than what was done here before.
Was there a police department here?
Yeah, years back.
What about the old mayor? You liked him?
No. I don't think anybody. He never did nothing, really.
How long was he mayor?
Quite a few times. He was in quite a few times. His wife was in once.
How long was he mayor?
How long?
How many years?
8 years, for the past 8 years anyway.
He didn't do anything here?
Yeah, he changed the light bulb. Street light. Seriously, I'm serious.
So people must have been pretty pissed off.
Yes, indeed.
So this was why you, Jeffrey, have now become the mayor.
Yes.
Because they needed someone to run. Is there anyone else your age in this municipality? Except for your sister?
There's a girl next door. She's like 2 years younger than me, I think.
But everyone else is older.
Yeah, there's
adults and children.
Yeah.
So you're really the only man, the perfect choice.
That's right.
So what do you think? You got to do this for 2 years, right?
4.
4 years.
Yes.
What are you going to do after that, you think?
I'd like to run for a county seat. I had a lot of backing from the Democratic committee. A lot of the local politicians said they'd help me out going for it. That's what I'd like to go for. That's it right there. 1829 postcard.
Cool.
First fire apparatus.
That's the first one we ever had.
That is so cool.
There's a little sign on the front.
That's great. Wow. Amazing.
Is this better?
It's beautiful.
About this was an old mule stop years ago, and I guess they used to come up the canals here, you know. This was that famous canal, and it goes into Port Carbon, and they used to all go by here, and the mules used to stop here, and they used to feed them in back here. There's still little things into the mountain, little doors on, built right into the side of the mountain, and I guess this was 3 homes here. It's actually, well, it's 3 lots from 870 to 874. And this was, they had an old, over in this area right here, where the 2 chairs are, they had like an old kerosene tank. They used to crank and pump kerosene for cars and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a lot of history here. This is here, this bar must be 80 some years old.
You were interviewed for People magazine?
Yes.
What did they ask you?
They asked me what I felt about the new mayor being elected, and I told them basically the same thing I told you, that I'm happy for him. I guess it's very exciting, but let's not let all this interfere with getting our jobs done. Let's not. He's only 18 years old. Let's all remember that. He doesn't have. He says in a paper that because he's 18 doesn't mean he doesn't know what life is, but he doesn't yet. It's impossible. He's only 18 years old to know what's going on and what the correct decisions are to be made. He hasn't owned his own home and had to pay taxes and say, well, I think the thing should be run this way. He should be worried about going out and having fun with his friends and going to school, not worrying about what our lives are all concerned about. And I think he's making a mistake with it. But if that's what he wants, it's fine. But he's not going to interfere with the way we're going to run this borough. And right now, he's already made a couple mistakes, and he's not even in office yet. And he has the whole fire company PO'd at him. And he also has the state police investigating an incident. Now, if he's not even in office yet. It's the way what we're going to be going through. I thought, well, maybe it's the end of an era with Furphy. They don't like him. Okay, now we'll try to get along. Now, you people think he was bad? This is even going to be worse. But we're going to nip this in the bud before it even gets started. I want us all to try to get along. But he's got to try to work with us. We're not working with him. We're the ones that run this borough. The council runs the borough, not the mayor. Every month I tell them all the same thing over and over and over again. This sewer thing is put on hold by the sewer authority. It's up in the courthouse right now. They're trying to decide whether there was a legal ordinance going on or not with the borough. And the sewer company's out there and all these big projects are going on that the sewer company is putting lines in and making lots of money. The big Yingling Brewery sewer project, all the way over through Port Carbon, along that channel there. That was all done by the sewer authority. That's money that the sewer authority is making. We're going to cost the sewer authority money. So what project you think they're going to do first? The one where they're going to make money, or just put us on the back burner and say, just be patient. Yous aren't in any rush to spend the money. It's going to cost yous money, and it's going to cost us money. Just be patient. And that's exactly what they're trying to. That's what I see is happening. But you try to explain it to them people, you can't explain it to them because there's too many people arguing because this one don't like that one don't like this one. So don't vote no on anything just because this one votes yes, and they're interrupting with all interfering with us running this borough. For personal issues, everybody else is suffering. I don't see anything good coming out of it. I think we were on the right track. I just think this distracted us more. Because now we got the fire company all PO. They're calling me and they're calling John Downey, the vice president, and complaining that he's saying he's the mayor, he's a mayor-elect. Well, he don't have the authority to be making 911 calls and blocking a street off because he wants to do a TV interview. When guys leave their jobs, guys left their jobs to respond to a 911 call that he made. They lost their money work. The possible police were chasing one of the cars going through town because he thought he was coming to an emergency situation in the borough, and it wasn't. He just wanted to do an interview on TV. And the borough is the one that's in charge of fire insurance for the fire company. So we have a say in this. And what right does he have to be calling up saying he's the mayor and he wants to declare emergency so they won't block the street off? It's gonna be bad. He's an 18-year-old kid. Whoa.
The way I understand, Jeff already looked into like government grants for the Mount Carbon Borough, but you'd have to ask him. That's the way I understood, like getting grants for, I think, playgrounds, trying to get the street taken care of. As far as I know, he looked into that already, and no other mayor ever has. So, it's a big difference already, because he has an initiative to go. He runs into a dead end, he stops there, goes another path. I think he'll be good. I think he'll be real good.
He's a good guy.
You like Jeff?
I think he'll do well. Do you like Jeff? Yeah, you do. You know Jeff. He's a good guy. He'll do good for Mount Carbon.
Ketchup, maybe? Ketchup?
It's time for a change there.
I think.
Are you happy he won?
Tickle to death. He'll take care of Mount Carbon right. He's a good fella, and he'll do the best he can. He'll do everything he can for that borough. Oh, no, I didn't, because I'm not in Mount Carbon.
Oh, okay.
But if I was, I would have voted for him.
Did you know him? I mean, you know him?
Sure, well, I know him good. I'm not surprised that he won. Not surprised at all.
Why is that?
Because he's going to take care of the place right. He's the only one that really has his heart in Mount Carbon.
He helped me out getting in touch with the Democratic Committee, took me to meetings and stuff, so he helped me out a lot.
I guess you really thought he could do it, huh?
In my heart, I knew he could.
Yeah.
People need new ideas. Jeff has a lot of them. An awful lot.
They own an amusement, like arcade. They just opened the arcade up here at the mall.
He's gonna do all right. He better. He better.
Do you live in the town?
About a block away. About a block away.
You guys grew up together?
Yeah. Yep. I can't believe he actually won. I'm proud of him. I just hope it don't make his hat too tight.
That's why I don't wear a hat anymore. Did you notice that?
Yeah, hat don't fit him anymore. He already filled out 14, not 4, 14 grants for the borough. And he wants to get, finally, police for down there. Yes. And I hope I'm the one that gets it.
So do you think that he knows what it
Yes,
will take?
definitely.
Okay.
And he will do it. I know he will. If not, his mom's gonna kill him and half of the borough.
More than half.
Are you feeling some pressure, Jeff?
In a way, but I mean, I expected that too, though. I mean, you got to live up to what I said I would do.
So you're a man of your word.
That's right.
Do you think most politicians are?
No.
They're all crooked. I hope he won't be.
No, a lot of them aren't. I mean, a lot of them give those false promises just to get in, and then nothing ever happens. But I mean, I've been to meetings already with police officers, so I mean, I'm actually showing the people what I'm doing. I'm not telling them what I'm gonna do. So.
He's got a good head on his shoulders. He'll just, it's all logic, talking to people.
Yeah, I grew up with him for the most part. I mean, for a couple of years, him and his sister, you know. My mother was council president a while back. She's involved in Mount Carbon's government. Especially my mother.
She's the voice of Mount Carbon.
She is. She has a big mouth. He'll be a good mayor. Like I said, it's all talking to people. He grew up with everybody. So it's not like he doesn't know everybody. You know, he has his mom, you know, to back him up. You know, everybody. It's all logic. Like I said, it's all common sense stuff. I mean, if people know who you are, you know what I mean, and they think you're a good, you know, a good person, they'll vote for you. I know my mother was complaining about the sewage on the one side, man. I don't know what the deal is in that. I didn't get involved. Yeah, sewer problem. One side has sewage, the other side doesn't.
He has a swell head.
I'm trying to know. I'm just standing back.
Notice, no hat no more. My car's all messed.
Look at my car. It's all damaged. There you go. I'm out of time. First place. Hey, it was a good race, buddy.
John Downey, Joe Brailer, Mayor John Furphy, Harry Hockney, Linda Chipman. Okay, begin the meeting with correspondence, finances.
Good. Laverne's sick, she won't be here. They're in good shape, she told me that report.
We'll be having a meeting in the budget tonight. Okay, go on to our mayor's report.
Parking still sucks, and I'm going to be leaving this affair soon, the end of the year. I think I wasted some time on trying to get some things done. I made some enemies, which I don't give a damn about, but I did try to do the job as best as I could. And I'd like to congratulate the ones that won an election. I wish them luck.
Well, we appreciate your effort.
Thanks,
I know your heart was in it, John.
You, John, wherever he is, there he is. Yeah, I know, there too.
Is that all?
Yeah, I might say a little more later on something, but.
All right. Solicitor's report.
The sewer authority case is in the middle of discovery. When that discovery is finished, then it will be ready for conference and hearing. And then the trucking authority is in the middle of pleadings back and forth, so we're not finished with that as well.
Public safety money, so could that be used for a cop?
Yeah, we discussed that before, but then we only get reimbursed approximately $1,000 a year.
Well, it all depends what grants will be out there too. If there's more grants that we can apply for, qualify for.
We can use it, why don't they, you know?
I said last month though that 21,000 has accumulated over the years, so I mean we can use it, but then it's going to take years to accumulate back up to that. So
we're looking every year.
Right.
It's like $1,000 a year. You know, there are grants available that you can apply for to pay a percentage, you know, on the police, or if one of these cogs are set up where they do the regionalization and whatnot.
Would you guys give me permission to look in for grants for police officers before the next meeting?
Sure. Okay, the motion was made. It was by John Downey.
By me.
By Joe Brailer, seconded by John Downey. There were questions on it. Any more questions on the motion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion to adjourn? Motion made by John Downey, seconded by Linda Chipman. Questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? We'll see the new council people and the mayor at the next meeting.
Well, it's up to you. You'd be the one.
You'll take pride in it, you know?
He's the chief. It's a nice solid building. My father's building, I don't know how many years. He's
See you next month.
railroad track, they're going into Potts. Yes, sir, I had a good time.
Then we went down there, and now I gotta go to another meeting.
What do you have to go to meeting for?
Another fire company. Supposed to be there 5 minutes ago.
I mean, you know we're doing something.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't gonna survive.
Sounds good. All right.
I'm not lazy. I've never have been.
All right. Thanks a lot,
See you,
Jeff.
Jeff.
See you later.